Look, a lot of y'all are not using your brain. You're not mentally putting yourself in a situation that you want to be in. You worried about people judging you. That's why you're not at the position where you want to be at. Because you worried about people judging you and what people think about you. But at the end of the day, to be honest, you gotta be a little crazy to be where you wanna be at. Let me explain. A lot of y'all not thinking outside the box. Y'all not thinking of what people are not trying to do. Y'all not trying to do the ideas that nobody wants to do. Y'all are doing the things that everybody wants to do. Y'all are taking the path that everybody's taking. Nobody wants to take the path less traveled. Nobody wants to take that hard road. Nobody wants to take that uphill battle. Why? Because it's fucking hard. That's why. Nobody in life wants to take the difficult route because they're scared, because they don't know what's gonna happen. They don't know if they're gonna fail. They don't know how people are gonna feel about them. They don't want their friends to leave them. They don't want to be looked at as crazy. They don't want people to say, man, look at this. He's trying to save $10,000. He ain't saving $10,000. He crazy. You gotta be a little crazy, right? You gotta be a little crazy, right? You have a vision in your head. You have a vision. Everybody has a certain dream. Everybody has a vision in their head that they want to get to. They want to get to that goal in their head. Sometimes you have dreams. Sometimes you're sitting by yourself and you're like, man, I want this. I want to get this amount of money. I want this car, this house. I want to run this business. And every time you have that idea, as soon as you're around certain people and they say it's stupid, or they downplay it and you ain't even bring it up yet, that's when you fall back and you never bring it up because they said it's stupid. Because they said it's crazy. Because they said, hey, if somebody do this, they crazy. I'd never do that. They not you. Of course they not going to do it. They not you. They don't have your vision, right? And that's what's going to separate you from the regular people and the successful people. Because you choose to be like everybody else. You choose to take the path that everybody is taking instead of taking the path that God is throwing right in front of you. God giving you the signs and you just dismissing the signs. You not even paying attention. He telling you the road to go and you taking the road that everybody else want to go. Nobody wants to take the path less traveled. Everybody wants to take the path that everybody else taking. Everybody wants to conform to, society, what's going on. Be yourself. That's why there's so many people that give up on their dreams. That's why so many people that say, man, 20 years ago, I would have been this. Anybody could be anything. You know what I'm saying? I would be $10,000 more richer if I would have saved $10,000 more. I would have more subscribers if I would have started YouTube more. You would be in a better position. You would be closer to your goals if you would have just sat down, locked in, instead of listening to your friend who's not even doing that. You know what I'm saying? You worried about people that's not even on the same algorithm as you. You worried about people that's not even on the same path as you. What about when they reach their goal? When they reach their goals, is it cool then? Are you comfortable with everybody around you reaching their goals and you in the same place? Cause they said it's stupid? Cause they said you look crazy if you do this idea? You gonna let $1 million idea pass by because somebody said something? Cause somebody downplaying it? Crazy. You can't believe everything that's presented to you in real time. You have to see past that. You have to see past the obstacles and the things in life that's presented in front of you. You gotta see what the next step is. There's no cap on life. There's no highest milestone. There's no end point to success. There's no end point. You could get rich. You could be successful. And then you could go a step higher. There's always more success, more grind, more moments. There's always more. Don't ever think there's not more knowledge to learn or there's not more opportunities to learn. There's always more. Don't ever let somebody tell you this is where it stops. There's always a point past the map. You gotta think like infinity and beyond. You can't have a cul-de-sac mindset with an international idea. You can't think small and expect to grow in big areas. When you working out and you putting all them hours in and you're going overtime and you're doing the things that nobody wants. At first, yeah, they're going to look at you a little crazy. They're going to say, man, like, yo, don't you take breaks? Aren't you tired? Don't you want to stop? Like, they're going to have all these questions. Everybody always has questions in the beginning. In the beginning, they're going to question you. Once they see a little bit more progress, that's when they start coming around a little bit. That's when they start acknowledging you. Once they acknowledge you and you still putting that work in, now they see you and they start believing a little bit. then once they see the results of all those moments, them days, weeks, and years, once they see the results of you putting that work in, once they physically see it, that's when they say, oh man, you can have all the talent, all the skill, all the drive in the world, but if you're not putting the work in, you're not gonna be successful. You're never gonna make it. You can have all the attributes. You can have everything that people say that you need to be successful. You can have all the key points on the billboard. You can have everything that's needed to blow up and not can blow up because you're not putting the work in. You don't see past what you can be. You don't see past what they see. You see what they see. You thinking like them. Think like yourself. You know what you want to do. Stop being like everybody else. Stop thinking that your mind can only take you so far. Think farther than that. Be better. It's not gonna happen overnight. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next week, next month, next year, but it's gonna happen. A fish that's in a tank is only gonna go as far as its surrounding will allow it. The same fish that's in the tank, if you put it in the ocean and it's been in that tank all its life, once it gets in the ocean, it's still gonna swim in that same circumference. It's still gonna be in that same area because all it knew was that one small area that it was in its whole life. And a lot of people are like that. Y'all grow up in these certain areas, whether you live in the hood or you grow up in a certain, a certain place, or you're around certain people your whole life as a child, and you grow up and your whole life, everybody around you says, man, I wish I could do this. I know somebody that does this, but you have to have this amount of money, or I've seen this on TV. Like, you hear that all the time. A lot of us hear that all the time, even to this day. I hear that. But it's up to you to take that information, to take what's around you and let that motivate you and say, hey, look, y'all might not want to take it there, but I'm going to take it there. I'm going to be the first one to take it there. And yeah, they going to call you crazy. They going to look at you funny. But if you put just enough work in, if you grind just long enough, you're for sure 100%. You may not get to that point where you want to be, but you're going to be way past where they can ever be. You may not be at exactly where you want to be, but you're going to be way farther than everybody else, way more successful than everybody else. And that thought that everybody had, that vision that everybody had of being stuck in a box, you're going to be the one to break the cycle. You're going to be the one that they look at and they say, man, I never thought that this could happen. I never thought of X, Y, and Z. I'm telling you, it's possible. You just have to believe in yourself, man. It's okay to be a little crazy. You have to be a little crazy to get crazy results, man. You gotta be a little off. You gotta be a little off, bro. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. A lot of people tell us that it's bad to be that way. No, it's okay. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have different ideas than everybody else. Because your idea could take you from you being poor and you being in a situation you in now to you being rich and you teaching others how you got to where you're at. When I'm recording content and I got my phone with me, a camera, whatever the case may be, when I'm recording and I got it like this and the camera's looking at me and I'm talking to a camera or a phone and I got people looking at me like I'm crazy, you think I care? I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I have a whole idea. I have a whole goal that I'm trying to reach. That's not for them. It's not meant for them to understand what I'm doing. The same with you. It's not meant for other people to understand what you're trying to do. It's not meant for them to. And it's not meant for you to explain to them. It's not meant for you to tell everybody what you're doing every step of the way. Because 9 times out of 10, they still not going to understand. All you got to do is show up and show up for yourself. Then once you become successful from going a little crazy, thinking outside the box, once you make it, all they can say is, wow, so your plan did work. Yeah, because you believed in yourself. Gotta believe in yourself, man. They say you're crazy when you're not successful, but once you become successful, you're a genius. That's what they say. Think of all the people that have done amazing things. The start for them was the hardest moments, because people probably thought they was crazy. People probably questioned what they was doing. People didn't understand. People was like, oh, that's weird. People was criticizing. Once they seen them blow up, but now they a genius. I should have thought of that. It's always I should have. I could, I would have. But you didn't. You didn't. And you have to be the one to change, and you have to be the one to not care what everybody thinks, man. Stop caring what everybody thinks. Stop worrying about if people think you crazy or not. Your channel's not gonna blow up if you worried about if people think you crazy or not. If you worried about people thinking you're crazy or not, you're always gonna be in the same place. You're never gonna change, you're never gonna grow. You gotta be insane to your craft, man. You gotta be to the point where whatever you love doing, you almost want to be past perfect in your mind. You want to be to the point where you're so good at what you do that even if you're not thinking about it, you're still good at it. You want to be to the point where you're so locked in, you're so consistent that even when you feel like you're off, when you feel like you're slacking, other people can't tell. Once your mess ups are people's goals, you're where you want to be at.
Went to the store and I got me some panties. Aye, oh la la, la la. Right, oh.